Wait, before you scroll away, take a closer look at these three small copper coins appearing on your screen right now. Because what looks like ordinary pocket change could be hiding a story worth thousands or even more. Three coins, three different years, three pieces of American history that traveled through generations, survived decades of change, and somehow remained hidden in collections, old jars, and forgotten drawers. Today we are uncovering the mystery behind three wheat penny 1-cent coins, 1956, 1957D, and 1950s era treasures, and discovering why collectors still search for these coins today. But here's where the story becomes fascinating. Not every old penny is valuable. Some are common, while others carry unique features, rare conditions, or hidden details that can completely change their worth. In this video, we will examine each coin like a true collector. We will explore their history, their design, their mint marks, the secrets hidden on their surfaces, and the reasons why some examples become highly desired among collectors. So stay with me until the end. Because one small detail on one of these pennies could be the difference between an ordinary coin and a piece of American history that collectors dream of finding. Coin 1. Imagine finding an old penny hidden inside a forgotten box, an old collection, or even sitting quietly in your home for decades. At first glance, it looks like just another small copper coin. But what if this little piece of metal carries a story from another era of America's history? Today, we are looking at the 1956 Lincoln Wheat Penny 1 cent with no mint mark. A coin that connects us to the America of the 1950s, a time of growth, change, and transformation. Millions of these pennies were created, but only certain examples have captured the attention of collectors because of their condition, appearance, and historical connection. This is not just a coin. It is a small time capsule that survived generations. The year was 1956. America was entering a powerful period of economic growth. New technologies were changing everyday life, families were experiencing new opportunities, and the country was moving toward a modern future. During this time, the Lincoln Wheat Penny was still a familiar part of daily life. People used these 1-cent coins for everyday purchases. Stores counted them in cash registers, and thousands of hands touched them every single day. But while most people saw these pennies as ordinary money, nobody knew that some of them would become historic collectibles decades later. The 1956 Wheat Penny traveled through a changing America. It may have been placed in a pocket, dropped into a cash drawer, saved by a child, or forgotten inside an old collection. Every mark and every change on its surface tells a silent story of its journey. One of the first details collectors look at is the mint mark. This particular 1956 Wheat Penny has no mint mark, meaning it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. During this period, Philadelphia coins did not carry a mint mark, while other United States mints used letters to identify where coins were produced. This small detail may look simple, but for collectors, identifying where and how a coin was made is the beginning of understanding its history. On the front of the coin, we see the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse features the classic 2 wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent and United States of America. The coin was made mainly of copper with a weight of about 3.11 grams and a diameter of approximately 19 millimeters. The wheat design represents an important chapter in American coin history and remained on Lincoln cents from 1909 until 1958. The fascinating part about the 1956 Wheat Penny is that value is not created by age alone. Many old coins exist, but collectors search for coins with something special. They look at factors such as original surface quality, preservation, sharp details, unusual characteristics, and professional grading. A coin that survived more than half a century in excellent condition becomes much more interesting because it shows fewer signs of its long journey through time. Imagine 2 pennies from the same year. One may have spent decades circulating through everyday life, while another may have been carefully stored away from the moment it was created. These 2 coins can tell completely different stories. The excitement surrounding coins like this comes from one simple idea. Treasures are not always found in museums. Sometimes they are hidden in ordinary places. An old jar of coins, a family collection, or a forgotten box can sometimes reveal pieces of history that people never expected to find. The 1956 wheat penny reminds us that every coin has a past. Behind a small piece of copper is a connection to the people, places, and moments that came before us. Some high-quality examples of the 1956 wheat penny have attracted strong collector interest, and certain rare condition examples are estimated by collectors and coin enthusiasts at values that can reach around $27,000 depending on authenticity, grading, and condition. However, the true value of any collectible coin depends on careful examination by experts and recognized grading services. The 1956 wheat penny may look small, but its story is enormous. It represents a time when America was changing, when everyday objects carried meaning, and when a simple penny could travel through generations. Today, collectors do not just search for coins because of their price. They search for the history, the mystery, and the unforgettable stories hidden within them. So the next time you see an old penny, don't look at it as just spare change. Look closer, because you might be holding a forgotten piece of history in the palm of your hand. Coin 2. Some coins are born to be spent, but some coins are born to tell a story. Imagine a small copper penny leaving a U.S. mint in 1957, entering the busy streets of America, passing through countless hands, and then disappearing for decades. Nobody knew that this simple 1-cent coin would one day become a fascinating piece of American history for collectors. Today, we are uncovering the story of the 1957D Lincoln Wheat Penny, a coin connected to a changing America, a coin that survived generations, and a coin that continues to attract attention from collectors searching for hidden treasures. The year was 1957. America was experiencing a period of confidence and growth. New neighborhoods were being built, industries were expanding, and everyday life was changing quickly. During this era, the Lincoln Wheat Penny was still a familiar companion in American pockets. It was used for small purchases, saved in jars, and carried by people from every walk of life. But every coin has a journey. The 1957D Wheat Penny began its life at the Denver Mint, marked with the small letter D, a symbol showing where it was created. After leaving the mint, this penny entered the real world. It may have traveled through grocery stores, local businesses, family collections, and forgotten drawers. Decades later, many of these coins became reminders of a different America. What makes the 1957D Wheat Penny interesting is its connection to everyday history. Unlike famous rare coins that were instantly recognized, many wheat pennies became valuable because they quietly survived time. Collectors know that age alone does not create value. The real excitement comes from condition, preservation, sharp details, and unique characteristics. A heavily worn coin and a carefully preserved example from the same year can have completely different collector interest. That is why collectors carefully examine every detail: the surface, the lettering, the design clarity, and the overall condition. The 1957D Wheat Penny represents a fascinating part of American coin history because it connects collectors with a time that has already passed. On the front, the coin features Abraham Lincoln's portrait created by Victor David Brenner. The reverse displays the famous wheat stalk design, which gives the coin its popular name, Wheat Penny. It was made mainly of copper, weighing about 3.11 grams with a diameter of approximately 19 millimeters. The D mint mark below the date identifies this coin as a Denver Mint production. This coin represents the millions of ordinary moments that shaped America in the late 1950s. A child saving a penny, a customer receiving change, or a family placing coins aside without knowing their future importance. Each surviving example carries a different story. The marks on the surface, the color changes, and the condition reveal the journey this little piece of copper experienced. Some exceptional examples of the 1957D Wheat Penny 1 cent have gained strong attention among collectors, with estimated values that can reach around $26,000, depending on authenticity, professional grading, rarity, and condition. The final value of any collectible coin is always determined after careful examination by experts. The 1957D Wheat Penny teaches us an important lesson. Sometimes the smallest objects can carry the biggest stories. This coin is not just copper. It is a reminder of the people who used it, the places it traveled, and the decades it survived. From a simple 1 cent piece in 1957 to a collector's treasure today, This penny proves that history can sometimes be hidden in the most unexpected places. So before you ignore an old coin sitting in a drawer or forgotten collection, take a closer look. Because behind every old penny, there may be a story waiting to be discovered. Coin 3. Deep inside old collections, forgotten boxes, and family treasures, thousands of coins are waiting silently for someone to notice them. Most people see an old penny and think it has no story left. But collectors see something completely different. Today we are exploring the journey of the 1955D Lincoln Wheat Penny 1 cent, a coin created during a fascinating period of American history. A small copper piece that carries decades of memories and a surface that shows the signs of its long journey through time. This is not just a penny from 1955. It is a surviving piece of an era that will never return. The year was 1955. America was moving through a decade of transformation. New inventions were entering homes, communities were growing, and the country was preparing for a new modern future. At the Denver Mint, thousands of Lincoln Wheat Pennies were produced and released into circulation. Each coin started its journey with the same purpose, to be used as everyday money. But after leaving the mint, every coin followed a different path. Some disappeared into circulation, some were lost forever, and some were carefully saved without anyone knowing that decades later collectors would search for them. The 1955D Wheat Penny tells the story of survival. It represents the countless small transactions and everyday moments that built the history of America. What makes this particular 1955D Wheat Penny interesting is its appearance. A light brown spot on the surface can become an important detail for collectors, because the natural changes that happen to copper over time can reveal the journey of a coin. Copper reacts with its environment, and over many years, a coin's color and surface can change. These details make every old penny different from another. No two circulated coins experience exactly the same life. One may spend decades protected in a collection, while another may travel through thousands of hands. This is what makes coin collecting exciting. Every coin carries its own hidden timeline. The front of the coin features Abraham Lincoln's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse shows the classic wheat stalk design, representing the famous Wheat Penny series. This copper 1 cent coin weighs about 3.11 grams and has a diameter of approximately 19 millimeters. The D Mint mark tells collectors that this coin was produced at the Denver Mint. The value of a wheat penny is not based only on its age. Collectors examine many details: condition, original surfaces, color, preservation, and unique characteristics. A small difference between two coins from the same year can completely change collector interest. That is why experienced collectors carefully study old pennies instead of simply judging them by their appearance. The 1955D Wheat Penny is a reminder that history is often hidden in ordinary objects. Some highly desirable examples of the 1955D Wheat Penny. 1 cent with special characteristics and strong condition have attracted collector attention, with estimated values reaching around $31,000, depending on authenticity, grading, and overall condition. The final market value of any collectible coin depends on professional evaluation and verification. The 1955D Wheat Penny may fit in the palm of your hand, but its story stretches across generations. It survived changing times, different owners, and decades of history. What was once a simple 1 cent coin became a connection between the past and the present. So the next time you discover an old penny, don't just look at the date. Look at the details, because sometimes the smallest coins can hold the biggest stories.